Warning, the following contains material that may be too disturbing to some people. Descriptions of violence, mature situations, and adult themes. This is intended for mature audiences. Viewer discretion is advised. We are live. Welcome.
Welcome, everyone, to Megawatts Hornets.
Oh, shit. Does it? Oh, it works! It still works! It's still...
All right.
It's still plugged in!
Oh,
That is a miracle, because I did not check. I totally forgot.
Oh,
Bruh.
oh God, I just cursed. I'm so sorry.
Sorry.
Well, we made it 35 seconds, you guys.
Oh, beans, man. Oh, jeez.
We need to record that and play it over every single time anyone curses.
So, please tell me.
I did tell you in the message.
Oh no, I was going to say, please tell me all what you have pulled me away from a certain thing in order to do for several of you here who would also likely be doing the other thing were we not now playing this game. So,
Are you saying...
what is going on?
Why are we so desperately avoiding mentioning a video game's name?
Yeah, are you saying you'd rather
Because
be
it's
playing Baldur's
funnier.
Gate right
It's
now?
funnier. It's funnier.
Yeah,
Oh no,
we're
I'm not
talking
saying
about
I would.
Baldur's Gate 3.
I'm not saying that I would rather be playing Baldur's Gate 3. I'm saying I'm currently playing Baldur's Gate 3. Continue.
Brandon!
I've seen the memes, and it's like tabletop parties post Baldur's Gate 3 release, and it's like a picture of one dude sitting at a table with his hat and robe on, and like the DM manual in front of him, and just like tears. Nobody else is there.
I have seen those.
I'm not saying I have a Baldur's Gate 3 problem, but I am saying that I probably have at least twice anyone else's playtime here.
You have a problem.
Possibly.
Sarah,
Possibly.
You don't have a Baldur's Gate problem. You have a problem for vampire twunks.
All right.
Yeah.
Hey, he's hot.
All
Leave
right,
us
so
alone.
let me see, what is your playtime? All right.
231 hours.
231 hours.
Yep.
Let's see this. 153 hours.
Ha! Good for you.
Yeah.
What? You have to have left the game on. There's no way. You're in Act 1 on a second character.
Yes.
There is
Yes,
no way.
29.4 hours, and yes, I've left the game on.
I haven't.
57.8.
But no, I've left the game on while I've been doing other things and replying to people and working on stuff and playing in the meantime and stuff like that.
My save file says 45 on this character.
Anyway. Right now is when my cough starts to act up. All right, everybody. So, anyone have a recap? He says, knowing what's in store.
Nope.
No, I don't remember if I do or not. It's been too long.
It's been a very long
Take
time.
a peek, Sarah.
I know somebody
What did you
does.
say, Sam?
I said it's been a very long time. I do not have a recap, but I know a certain person here does. Hey, Maury. By the way.
Is it Maury that has a recap?
No,
Maury?
it's you. It's you that has a recap.
Maury. Sarah, do you have one or nah?
Do I?
Yeah, you said you don't remember. So
I don't remember, so we're gonna go with no.
Okay. That's fine. Welcome to New Orleans. Nolans is what the locals call it. But don't imitate it if you're a tourist. Stuff's offensive. Listen, We're in a strange way here right now. City's on lockdown. Have you ever seen the French Quarter empty? Me neither. March of 2020, we had a viral pandemic, COVID-19. Restrictions have been put in place to keep people safe, control the populace, and limit exposure to the virus. Lockdown had an unintended side effect, however. Over the course of the last year, there's been a ton of unexplainable phenomena that's become more and more active, though that's not necessarily true. I think a few select individuals have had their mind's eye open to the truth of magic and insanity, two sides of the same coin. Magic is a strange and fickle entity. Admittedly, knowledge of all its inner workings are known to a select few, and I'm sure even they have gaps in their knowledge. To embrace magic is to embrace irony. To wield a school of magic is to break yourself upon that school, or at least that is what an adept must do. An adept shifts their worldview, taking something and making it true for them no matter what, or seeing things differently than others. I might have a component of heroin in front of me, and beside it I have discovered different crystals. I desire these crystals to build an effect on the heroin to increase my physical strength for the duration of the drug's effect. I will it to be so, and channel my energy to do so. I believe the red crystal and heroin will alter the world to do so, therefore it is so, provided I am strong enough to will it as such. The world and others around the adept will see people as crazy. That is because it is true, and they are crazy. An adept wills into existence their magic, an avatar embodies their magic. They channel their will by embodying the virtues of their beliefs, though they need not necessarily believe it themselves. If an adept is crazy, an avatar might be calculated. Channeling an avatar's power is often weaker, but it is also less consequential when things go wrong in most cases. A loner might embody staying away from groups, not forming allegiances, and embodying more virtues of the masterless man. In doing so, they are able to utilize their power to hide or stand strong as a lone wolf. Lastly, a form of magic that requires neither of the other two are ritual spells. These are spells anyone can rightly perform, talent or no. It is knowledge of components, timing, and channeled energy that creates a ritual that is powerful. A ritual to disrupt magical casting might require the sacrifice of two powerful adepts during the full moon, just as enough people in the immediate vicinity begin to doubt that magic ever existed in the first place. Likewise, to counter such a spell would be to have the opposite effect, to create a voice of unison in the belief of magic. This small reminder is enough to help me remember the chaos of the last few months. Several groups exist among the criminal underground of New Orleans, gangs and cults that sing their own tune and seek power, clarity, redemption, or unity. Embedded in that group are several individuals of varying talent that have found themselves front and center in a conflict that may very well alter the entire world and all weaves of magic therein. Elsewhere, factions have spun their webs and trapped their victims, willing and not, to create their own grand design. It is folly to remember all aspects of this tale, but a few key points will steer us in the right direction. The cast of our play are as follows: Isobel, Aoife, Tilly, Reylen, Mercedes, Darren, Anthony, Sara Bess, Micah, Haley, Wyatt, and Levy. Others have made their appearances, but in more supporting roles. The antagonists of our story, The Voice, Stretch, and Erica the Queen. There are others, and certainly more to come. Allegiances can be won or lost in seconds. The Voice in and of himself is an oxymoron. He is irony twofold, an adept of considerable talent, sway, and power. He is strong in his obsessive belief that magic does not exist, yet wields magic to combat its very existence. Through broadcasts and strong military guerrilla tactics, The Voice cornered our heroes again and again, pressing them and putting them on the back foot. In haste, The Voice was given almost everything he needed to succeed in his plan. With ritual magic, he had begun the process to suppress avatar and adept ability through New Orleans and beyond. He had secured both Mercedes and Darren, and in the false rescue attempt, had secured Haley as well. The ritualistic sacrifice of two very strong adepts would lead to a catastrophic event provided The Voice had one more thing at his side: the agreement of the average citizen. Through radio broadcast, the voice spread his words to get the populace to denounce magic, looked at those around them as crazy or criminals, and he was succeeding. Hope was draining fast. He was winning. Through a chance encounter and connections out in the world from Isobel, two joined the ranks, Levy and Wyatt, a con man and a thief. Through anguished conversation and heated argument, a haphazard rescue attempt was formed, one that cost two their lives. Though through an alternate lens, fate might have decreed a third death, though that is only conjecture. All are glad Isobel survived. It was a mixed sadness that permeated the group after their attempted raid. Haley was rescued, having swung a chair while she was still bound and knocking out her guard. Though Levy was shot in the back from stray gunfire with Tilly's weapon, and Wyatt was missing in action immediately into the heist, presumed dead, and also maybe at a wrestling event. With little time to mourn, Darren and Mercedes had managed to escape and were picked up by the 33rds, a faction by whose grace the heroes have a place to hide and stay. With everyone back together, it was decided the direct war was not a feasible strategy. The disciples to the voice grew by the day, but countering the voice with words was a strategy they all agreed upon, even if somewhat reluctantly. An old ship out in the bayou and some drug-paid labor fixed up the metal rig, and others joined to infiltrate and broadcast from a radio station. As all seemed clear, the voice made a move that would damn themselves from the chance they'd been building towards. As the heroes met to discuss an alliance, the voice sent a bomber to end them all in one fell swoop, eradicating much of their influence and resources they'd gathered. It was a near failed attempt, with only one true fatality. Anthony Chambers had reacted to his instinct and dove upon the grenade, ending his life in the process, yet reducing the kickback and shrapnel that spread throughout the venue. Though there was tragedy, the heroes listened to their broadcast and witnessed the victory, as they knew the voice would need a long time before they could amass the power they once had and become a threat once more. In the passing days, the group has become distant and unfocused. Weary from constant struggle with the voice, an attempt at more jovial matters proved fruitless. Even an attempt at rest was cut short. Erica had made her move. She desired to take upon the mantle of true king. Her corporation could scour the continent in a matter of hours at any new development, and just as it is, a large magical charge is coming. A grand significant charge of energy could erupt near anywhere, and both sides scrambled to find its entry point. Yet even with one objective, more sprouted. In order to see the way forward, Darren had devised a strategy to create clairvoyance, that he might see the path forward, create energy to sustain a ritual. Yet in his attempts, it fizzled. He spent one night and day smoking cigarette after cigarette, and in the smoke he witnessed two things. An image of his mother expressing her pride to her son and her desire to see him push harder and be better. And the second, Anthony Chambers. To his surprise, Darren had shifted reality and through his heart had willed Anthony alive. A man who came to be with them, specifically looking for his friend, looking for Darren. Was it guilt that did this? He could not say, but Anthony was alive and stronger, healthier. Magic is a strange and fickle creature. Darren had will, so will it shall. Reylen had confided in Micah about her feelings. Micah saw much of her former ward in Reylen and attempted to comfort her, traumas of the past creating an immediate affection. Yet in that affection, static erupted across the phones they used, and Stretch kidnapped Reylen and all who sat in her apartment. Tilly, Aoife, Reylen, and Serona were taken to its realm to further be prodded on the mysterious arc. They have wandered that realm and investigated, but Stretch isn't keen to release them without more life force to fuel its ritual. Attempts have been made to appease Stretch by offering it the grand charge, but Stretch has no need for such power, only life. In bids to circumvent the rise of the new true king, teams were made to investigate some key individuals, Clippy and Gravy being two such. Attempts have been shaky at best. Gravy is resolute in her following of the servant, and Mercedes is preparing a disruption to counter Clippy. The days are ticking faster and faster to the inevitable confrontation. We are fractured, Physically, some are in another realm, and some here. Mentally, we are all divided with different ideas on how the objective needs to be fulfilled. I fear without some form of divine intervention, New Orleans and the rest of the world will face total domination or worst, annihilation. Yet we must try. We are the unsung heroes and villains of New Orleans. We are an unknown army. A Recollection of Unknown Armies of New Orleans by Maxwell Graves.
Bravo. Bravo. You know, for that, I'm going to give you 2 fate chips.
Woo!
All right. But no, in all seriousness, that was really great, really amazing. Yeah.
Agreed.
hmm
Absolutely.
A proper retelling of a very epic tale. And so now we begin. It has been quite some time, and this is episode 53, I believe you said?
Yes.
This is 53 of Megawatts Hornets. So, right now, most of the group is sitting in, well, sitting in the center of the, darn it, the name of the place just slipped out of my head. It's the 33rd's compound.
The terrace?
The terraces, yes, sitting in the middle of the terraces. For the most part, it is a meeting of the minds, mostly being led by those who are of the pops. Mercedes is down in her basement, working away. She's been promising something new. Tilly is, of course, utterly missing. Maxwell is here. He's been, of course, requested to see what is going on. Darren, Haley, and actually not Haley. Not Haley.
Oh. Okay.
Haley, where'd you go?
That's a good question.
Cause she don't know.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Yeah, Haley is not there, but Izzy and Jeff and everyone else are. So is Skinner. So is Kat.
Do you mean Jeff or do you mean Jake?
Jake. Jeff is off doing other business as he normally is. But if you needed him there, he could be, spare a moment for you all. You are his allies after all.
Mm-hmm.
So
So,
he is going to pull over to a different page for one moment, as this is a sort of thing that you are looking at and remembering.
Mm-hmm.
So, just for your clarifications, these were the guesses and things that you all had for places. He's going over there and he's going, all right. We need a plan. This is Skinner talking. For the most part, we are going to need we have some time here that we can sort of try to make preparations. We all know something big is coming. We don't know where. I mean, as you can see, we have some ideas about places. The biggest one is probably going to be Chicago. But we don't know if that's going to be the first, the third, or the fifth place. Still, it's the one location that I am fairly certain, or actually no.
What are the chances that our enemy can secure the charge on the first go?
Impossible.
Okay. So it has to run its course and be weakened at the fifth, you think? Or whenever it stops.
Yes, I think there's likely going to be little pieces of it breaking off from what we said in each location. So each spot is a battle for it.
Okay.
But we do know, or we do suspect, that Chicago is going to be the heart. There was a crazy man who once tried to drive a plane into Chicago. Huge terrorist act, which he had claimed that was the heart of America. And in doing so, he was going to kill many people.
Is that the incident with Serona?
What do you mean, what incident with Serona?
Is that the one where she body bagged?
No.
Okay.
No, the incident with Serona, the plane falling out of the sky was the act of an archetype who said, oh, yeah, I'm going to drop a plane out of the sky on you.
Gotcha. Sorry. Blending together.
You know.
They said suffer.
He is fairly certain Chicago is going to be the heart. He thinks Erica knows this as well.
But we also don't know if the charge is going to start at the root or the crown, right?
Yeah, we don't know that either. And we don't know where they are. And he is going to say, so the thing is, Erica has more people than us. Erica has an entire organization that wasn't just upended. Erica has been growing her influence for some time. Erica likely already has people in place in every single one of these areas. She was the chief executive for McDonald's. Oh no, sorry, no. He doesn't. He says the Old Scotsman. Sorry, forgot about their thing. The Old
Shit,
Scotsman.
I was loving it, man.
She was one of their corporate entities. She was very, very corporate minded, and it's likely in her new position, in her restaurant, she likely has taken the same location and place. So she is likely in charge of stores in several different places and has given her access to many different people to make into her own followers.
Yeah, I mean, we knew we weren't going to beat manpower.
True, but that means she's likely already wherever it is, so she's going to beat us there. And if we split up, she's going to have us outmanned. I don't think we want two things against us, do we?
I don't think it makes sense.
Don't think what makes sense.
To split up.
Yeah.
We're just making ourselves vulnerable.
This is probably the dumbest thing I could say. Ignoring my lack of emotional desire to do this, but considering the success with intense power at suppressing magical ability in New Orleans and beyond, in his weakened state, do you think we could possibly reach out to the voice to suppress key areas? And possibly in his weakened state, maybe at least convince him that this is the greater evil before we go for it.
What does that do?
Literally. Well, if we're wrong, then those areas are suppressed and we have time to get there before things go wrong.
What do you mean if we're wrong?
If we commit to the crown and it starts at the root, then
We aren't
she
committing
has
to anything.
Okay.
The answer is you don't commit. We need to be reactive.
Suppose that's what we had Anthony and Darren doing with the bug out bags and everything.
We need to be ready to go at a moment's notice to follow wherever this thing leads. He looks over at Nightingale. Do you think that you can accomplish this?
Well, I mean, I have a plane on standby 24/7 regardless. So our ability to leave quickly is already pretty much set in stone. The question that we should seriously consider, though, is New Orleans is not a very central place. And if we want to react very quickly, maybe we should consider temporarily moving our base of operations to another city.
That, I think, is a good idea. The problem is that it leaves us more exposed. We don't know the people in the area. We don't have connections in the area. We don't have allies in the area.
Yeah, I would say the chances of being caught or exposed out there outweighs the safety. I would react slower and be safer about it, especially given that we're not only dealing with potential gunfire and magic from Erica's goons, but this unknown charge on top of it.
Yeah. If we are in a place where we don't know, where we can't at least hole up and be safe, that's going to cause issues.
Well, I suppose that's true, but regardless, we're going to be popping up out of our foxhole the second that it comes down. My thought was that if we're in the, middle of nowhere, somewhere in farm country, in the, in the middle of the country, first of all, there's not going to be that many people there to follow us. And second of all, if the first place happens to be Seattle, then we'll be half the distance there already.
How much time do you think that'll save us? An hour? A day?
A day, probably. It takes a long time to fly across the country.
Perhaps. I'm just worried that even if we do go out in the middle of nowhere, there are plenty of people who've gotten got in the middle of nowhere. with magic, the middle of nowhere can become somewhere important.
That's true. I also don't really feel very comfortable with suppressing various towns, because when it was done last time, it took a while to wear off. And the one thing that we have going for us is that despite the fact that our enemies have notably more bodies, we have some reason to believe that we're a little bit more personally powerful man to man. Don't you think?
Yeah, no. Any delay favors Erica. She's able to prepare more. She can prepare better than us. She has more hands to do the labor. Any stalling tactic that we try to imply on a global scale or any kind of like that will simply favor other people getting into the fight. That will only complicate matters.
Yeah. Although there is something else that we need to try to address before this thing comes down. Some of our allies are missing.
Yes, I would have to, especially given that we are out of options and exploring anything else in New Orleans. We should focus on getting our allies back from Stretch, whether he's happy about it or not.
I mean, their firepower would be invaluable.
Speaking of Chili, she's come from the heavens.
And I can't fucking find the right table talk right now. Where is it? There it is. Jesus. I have a bowl of mac and cheese and a prayer. Let's go.
Why'd you need a prayer to eat mac and cheese?
I needed
Chicken
a prayer to
cheese.
get here. Listen, a cop scared me twice because he was going off after a truck in front of me. I felt my soul leave my body twice.
Why were you committing crimes, Joanne?
I wasn't committing crime today.
Today?
It was apparently. So let's go, I guess. God, where's my magic? In the fucking volume 5.
Oh, where's my magic?
Where's my magic?
But
Anyways.
on the subject of delay favoring our opponent,
Oh, great. Sorry.
I'd like to propose that we do regular checks on the status of the plane and have someone on it basically all the time. Because the most effective thing that they could do to screw with us is to damage it or destroy it so that we can't use it. I might be able to get another one, but it might take me a little bit.
Sounds like a good idea. We should have people that are staying back and on there. FYI, you can have NPCs that are just their job is to sit on the plane and do things. Admittedly, so he does sort of think, he's like, we could almost just make the plane itself our meeting spot, our mobile headquarters.
I think that's smart.
Yeah, because the issue with having a the issue with having like a central area that we're there is the fact that if we keep coming back to it, they know where we're going to go.
Not to mention the fact that here the plane can be given maintenance without much hassle. You bring out maintenance crews to the middle of nowhere. Well, not only are they running without what they're used to, chances of the plane going awry. Plus, we risk innocent people.
Airports have free security.
And we can bring private security too.
Yeah, don't trust the free security at the airport. Barely trust your own private security at the airport.
It's an extra fence at least.
I suggest we buy 3 chihuahuas. Scare off most people at the airport.
You wanna scare people? Buy a fucking Rottweiler.
That's
No,
where I'm going to
chihuahuas
stop
are much
you.
more frightening.
Leave the big babies alone. They're big and chunky and lovely.
So, it's at this point, Haley, I believe you come walking in with someone. Yes?
I don't know who I'm walking in with, but oh wait, yeah.
Literally, where am I? Where's Haley?
Yeah. I walk in with a person. I look a little sleepy. Just a little bit.
Who's the person, Caitlin?
It's a Tilly!
What?
It's a Tilly.
Huh?
The 2 people
God.
were rescued from this don't even know they've been fucking rescued.
A Tilly has been rescued. You're welcome.
Yo, Emma's not even a part of this game and just went, what?
Unless I'm wrong, Brandon.
No, it's Tilly. It's definitely Tilly.
Oh, it's Tilly. Hello.
So one second. I am going to draw some people into the GM's alcove for a moment.
Oh my god.
Right.
I'm afraid.
Oh, no.
Oh no.
Those
I
guys.
love Nestle Crunch.
Are we safe?
Yeah, I think those two. You knew it was going to be those two. They're the ones doing a scene that don't know they're a part of the scene. Joanne's probably sitting there going like, "I wonder who it is." And, oh shit, it me, Mitch.
That was a perfectly timed ad break on Twitch too.
I don't like the twerking chihuahua.
Oh, twerking chihuahua's great. You don't like the twerking chihuahua? Well, and it's not a bear.
Look, I didn't know
Hey,
he had
he's
8
a very
intelligence. Okay,
He's a very romantic bear, okay?
he is. The moment I did the thing he wanted me to do in Act 2, which will remain undescribed, he immediately went from "I have my duty" to "and my duty might be to you now." I'm like, oh. Emma says he loves ducks.
He does. He whittles ducks for fun.
What a quack.
Hello.
Hey, is everything okay?
Just Emma's maniacal laughter.
Yeah,
in the
it's Emma
background
in the
is
background
perfect
for me.
Javi, are you still alive?
Javi, please talk to us.
I just
Oh
call
my
him a
gosh.
quack.
The quack?
I call him a quack because he whittles ducks.
Oh, that was what mattered.
I
Okay.
killed her.
I like ducks.
No, you need to breathe. Water now. Water.
I brought sun chips.
You.
Anyway,
Welcome to
he's
the
not
kitchen
actually a
before-
bear. He just got
Yeah.
very overexcited.
He's basically a bear.
He warns you.
He's basically a bear. He likes whittling, and he likes honey, and he likes ducks. Like, he's basically a bear.
Look,
What? But you know the whittles!
Welcome,
He
everybody.
whittle!
Bears don't whittle.
We're going to do a little bit of a scene
Maybe a
shift.
little bit.
All right. So we cut to the space,
oh,
the other space,
The other
The-
one.
final frontier. These are the voyages of some punks trying to think they can play God. But yes. So you've all been huddled up in this what's it called, area, this house, this cabin for quite some time.
oh yeah, we do have the whole crew that's over there here. That's good. Good. Excellent.
Yeah, Ray's probably getting a little bit antsy.
So, what is it that you all see and do?
Ray's probably checking on Serena, because the last thing I remember is Serena was not having a good time. She was in slight panic mode, and then Aoife tried to talk her down. Don't know if that worked or not.
Aoife wasn't doing so hot herself, so I'm not sure how well that would have gone.
Yeah.
So, Haley is looking out the window. Not Haley, sorry. Reylen is looking out the window.
Yeah.
As you do, you can see what looks to be figures standing in the far distance.
Oh, fuck. Guys, we got company. They look like they're staring at us.
What do you all
Wow.
do?
Going to have a look, I guess. Out the window, anyway.
You can definitely see what looks to be possibly 2, maybe 3, if the third figure is very squat. Or maybe 4. It's hard to tell. One of them you think is probably Stretch. One of them is another character. And then something you don't know before. It's difficult to see.
Well, I guess we should go see what they want.
Tilly, you're here. What are you doing?
I am here.
Yeah.
I'm assuming Raylan's announcement has brought her out of whatever panic attack she's been in for the last however long, and she goes to the window to look and see who's there too. She does not like the idea of going to approach these people, but it seems also better than just sitting in the abandoned house forever.
Well, we haven't figured out any way to get out of here. And I don't think any of us want to stay here forever.
No, don't want that, no.
You know your stupid stretchies, right? She's gonna look at Tilly.
First of all, it's not stupid. It's a language. It's communicated. Yes, I know the language.
then you might be the best person to communicate with them. I'm not saying go out by yourself, but there may or may not be writing involved.
Just gonna count how many pages of notebook she has and says, "Okay, I guess." I guess that makes sense.
Serrano's like, we should. I mean, not all of us should go, but at least more than one person should go.
No, and that's what she's saying. Pretty sure she didn't say everybody go. She said somebody go with me.
Yeah, no, not Reylen though.
Yeah, no. Aoife, what about you? How do you feel?
Vulnerable.
How about no? If anyone's gonna go, it's gonna be Eli or Sirona. And I hate both of that. With a fucking passion.
It's either one of those or I go alone, which I'm pretty sure we all just agreed is not a good idea.
Look, I don't like it, but I think it has to be me.
Tilly gestures at Aoife like, see?
Sirona's been struggling here. Eli is an absolute dear, but he's not always the most attentive person that has ever been. I think it should be me.
And you are also still injured.
It is what it is. So much the better, even. If something happens to us, then the rest of you can take off. I'm not doing any running anyway.
Ray's gonna look to Sirona and be like, please God, tell her no.
I'll go. Sharona sort of stands up there. Tilly, come with me. We'll go face this.
And Tilly will follow behind Sirona.
Sure. As you walk out, you can definitely see there are 4 figures standing out there, waiting for you.
I think Aoife's gonna get up and try to go too.
Sure. All right.
Fine, then I'm gonna follow behind.
Oh my god.
So as you do, you can the creature on the ground. Tilly, as you are approaching with Sirona, the creature on the ground, this thing, sort of human thing that walks on all 4s with
Oh, gross.
razor clipped claws and seemingly empty eyes with a little hole in the center, and a maw that is in some way humanoid, but with jagged canine teeth. Just kind of like, you know.
Come on, guys, put the cup noodles down. Go on. Sorry.
It's sort of snarling and it's sort of raking its claws at the ground. As Serona kind of stops and looks back at the rest of you that are trying to come in here.
Aoife will sigh and block Ray at the door.
We're not doing this game. We're at least standing outside, so that way if some shit goes
Oh my
down,
God.
we can help him out.
You guys can stand outside at the door. Yes, that is the other figure that is sort of standing there. It's twitching. And has a large knife. Yeah. Of course, standing there amongst all of them is, your favorably friendly Stretch. But you also notice something new. As you are there, you see this figure.
Okay.
Seems to be a humanoid female with what looks to be various pikes and knives sticking into her face and body. Blood sort of running down from all the sort of daggers and things that have been plunged into her.
Give me 10 seconds. I'm so sorry.
And then Tully was murdered. The end.
Well, I'll describe what happens to the rest of you guys. You see as this happens, Slenderman sort of raises his hand and Tilly sort of floats up off the ground, kind of grabbing at her neck, like a little bit like, ah! Serona charges. He holds up his hand and sort of just pushes out with the other one, and Serona flies on back. Like all the way, like rolling, hitting the ground, tumbling several times, as they're just sort of just launched through the air.
Just go for 10 seconds, please, Brandon. What happened?
You were as you walked up, the woman with the masks and the daggers nodded, and Slenderman raised a hand, and you just lifted into the air.
Oh.
And started kind of coughing, or you're now floating. Serona charged, and he, with his other hand, just sort of did like a push thing and just sent Serona like, rocketing backwards, tumbling, hitting the ground, skidding, rolling, As you've been like, as he holds out his hand, as you sort of float towards him. And then, what does the other people do? You're kind of, stuck. What is the other people doing?
I feel like Aoife's first reaction is to grab Reylen by the front of the shirt to try to stop her from doing anything
Fair.
dumb.
Yeah, no, Eli also is grabbing Reylen like, nope. Actually, then he lets go and he goes running to check on Serona.
Yeah, that was gonna be my first go-to, was go to Serona.
I'm assuming that if it looks like she's going with Serona, you're okay with leading her there, towards where Serona is. Aoife?
Yeah.
You get to the crumpled ball that Serona is in. She is injured. She is damaged. it looks like her arms are twisted in weird ways. But as she sort of pulls herself out, and it just sort of, she seems to kind of rubber bands back to herself. That was not fun.
I think her first instinct would either be to... Well, because Tilly's choking in the air also, right?
Oh, you look up. You do not see them anymore.
Oh,
They're gone.
Okay. Well, then I guess Ray would try to heal Sirona. He doesn't know if it'll work here.
It does not seem like it. Oh, with how are you healing her?
The mother.
Nope. You cannot feel your connection to your archetype.
I would like to know how much damage she took, or how do you know what I'm trying to ask? So
she looks beat up, but she doesn't look like she's life-threatened.
Okay, gotcha. All right.
But then again, you aren't certain what is life-threatened here. But she's saying that she's okay, she'll be fine. Does seem like she's in pain.
I don't have meds here. Let me just hold you, I guess.
Yes. Yes, she did. But there's still like abrasions on her skin, Joanne. Like, and subtle little wounds, Almost like it's a lot of superficial wounds. Anything that looked like it's serious kind of, went away. Anyway. And unfortunately, your attempt to kiss the boo-boos and make them better, no connection to the mother. Absolutely nothing.
No, I know.
And now I am going to ask that my two people join me in the GM room.
Pit.
Yep, Pits.
Pit.
Oh no.
We seem to find each other here quite often. You guys come here often?
So if you don't like Astarion, who do you like?
Lae'zel's pretty cool. Probably one of my favorite companions.
Have you fought the goblins?
Well, a couple of them, I think. So not like
Because if you're not down for random acts of sexual nature, after you're covered in blood, she's like, look.
Does she come on to you too?
Oh, everyone.
Oh,
it's
man.
the moment you covered in blood, she's like, I don't give a damn about everything else. I need to taste warrior.
Jeez, it
She
never
goes on
ends.
for a while about how your sweat smells. And how much that makes her want you.
And she tells you straight up, and you have just denied you just declined a superior lover. May you ever remember this day as one of the worst of your life.
Man, you can't go 5 minutes in that game without somebody trying to get you in the sack.
And it's not just the companions. People will continue to try to get in your pants through the whole game. Some completely out of left field. They will freak you out.
There's a good interaction at one point with an innkeeper, just a random guy in the Harper camp in Act 2 that's just like, hey! Oh, hey. I'm like, stop. My girlfriend's in my party.
Yeah. That's that game. That's the way it goes, I guess.
No,
The
just
good
wait
news
till you
is,
get invited
with
to the
most
5 Slim.
companions, the good news is with most companions minus Gale, they give up after you've told them no once, because they're like, oh, so you have to go digging for it. Gale is a problem. That's so much a problem that they had to patch out his horniness. Literally, one of the fucking things in the patch notes was we stopped Gale from being as horny as he was. Literally, I told this man no on 3 separate occasions, bragged about how I told him no in a respectable conversation. He was upset, and it's fine. And the moment I agreed to date Shadowheart, his reaction is to look at me and go, the blush in your eye, the twinkle in your, the blush in your cheeks and the twinkle in your eye. I see it's there, but not for me. I'm happy for you. Bro, I told you no, like, respectfully 3 days ago.
Yeah, I told him no a bunch of times, and then he kept at it, and I literally threatened violence against him, and it seemed like he was going to stop. And then I started sleeping with Astarion, and his reaction was basically like, "You're cheating on me! How could you?" I'm like, "No, I'm not." He's like, "You're denying it then?" I'm like, "No, I'm not denying it. I'm with the other guy. What are you talking about?" And he was like, "I should have done more and been more a better partner to you, and you wouldn't have strayed." I'm like, "What? Who the fuck are you?"
Yeah, it's one silly ass game. It's good though.
It's wonderful.
It's a good game.
I think that you will come to like all of the companions, even Astarion.
I doubt it.
You don't know anything about him yet?
He's got a lot in there that, I mean, I'm not his biggest fan. All right, I intend to do a playthrough to give to do so just to see. I killed him with a sun laser.
You can kill him. Hell yeah! No.
You can kill Astarion in a half a dozen different ways.
Yeah, there's a lot of
some of them are permanent, some of them are not.
Ways he dies and comes back.
I mean, I know about the whole vampire thrall thing, but sun laser sounds permanent for a vampire thrall. So.
I picked him back up. I did a resurrect because Shadowheart has a spell. And he just looks at you and goes like, I was standing there and you aimed the super weapon. The thing that...
Hold on, I'm going to find the video. Give me a second.
It's so good. But, like, yes, there are numerous ways you can kill him in unique actual story ways, and he has dialogue for it. But his in-depth character past the horny exterior and asshole nature is very good and very deep and very complex to like full narrative. Most characters are, I think, in all honesty. Even Gale imprinting on you so quickly is characteristic of the nonsense he went through with his backstory. And it's like, oh, okay, gotcha. And then the other characters like Shadowheart, I've been trying to romance for Act 1 and Act 2, and I just now, 50 hours in, got to the point where I can kiss her, right? And she's not been, like, I've agreed to romance her. I had a drink with her. I did that. I went forward. She goes, yeah, we're pretty great. I'm glad we're together. I'm glad we're trying. And that's it. She talks about her quest, her mission, and occasionally she goes, I'm glad you're here. That's the boundary it sets. It's like, cool, great. I'm glad it's not gratuitous sex. That's in the whorehouse.
I send you the tickety talk.
The tickety talk.
Mm-hmm.
Oh. Should we watch the TikTok on stream?
Why not?
You can, yeah.
What in the sweet hells were you thinking? Activating that lot? I was right there! Gods! Do you have any idea how much that hurt? Well, apparently there's a limit. Somewhere between a nice summer's day and the full concentrated power of the sun! Next time, just warn me before you do something stupid. At least then I can get out of the blast radius. Now, shall we go? Or do you have any other chaos you need to unleash here? Gladly.
That's not even the funniest version of the conversation even.
I saw the line, I think I preferred you as a pile of ash, and I was like, oh, why didn't they click that?
No.
His response to that was, and I felt safer with the mind flayers. And that's the end of the conversation. But my favorite one is if you click the first one that was like, next time I'll be more careful. He goes, no, 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 no. Next time, I'll be the one firing the all-powerful weapon. Thank you. And it cracks me up.
First, we had to worry about God knows what out there. Now we've got to worry about being infiltrated by a bunch of shapeshifters. I can't tell if any of this is weird or if I'm just hanging around a bunch of weirdos. He's good. He's good. I like him. Oh, wow. You're out of the alcove. How was space?
Hello?
All right, so we're back to the rest of the group after that brief interlude. Haley just walked in and was like, "Here's a Tilly! I found Tilly!"
How?
Maxwell is taking off his glasses, putting them on the table beside him after very gently closing them. Standing up. Haley,
Yeah,
is this real?
yes.
Well, first things first. Tilly, are you okay?
I mean, I guess I'm not hurt unless you see blood trailing down my face or something. I haven't checked that, but I'm pretty
Tilly,
fine.
wait. You 8 intelligence goth short stack. Get over here and hug me.
He just called you a whole idiot.
Oh, he's seen me do worse. She's gonna hug him, just kind of crumple in his arms.
Max is hiding it, but he's crying too.
Izzy's going
So
to
what I
sigh
miss?
and look at Haley and say, I think you have some things to tell everyone.
And while you're telling someone get a messenger to Jeff, please.
So I'm going to say, Sarah, a message that the RP that you may have had with Caitlin has not yet happened. All right.
Okay. I think that it would just have to be retcon entirely. I don't think that it would fit any longer, but that's okay.
That's what I'm thinking is unfortunately because of the time break and stuff like that, it's there. It's not a. Yeah, all right. Anyway. So,
So what I missed? Or we?
I'm much less interested in what you missed than what we did.
Cat just looking at you and goes, "Where have you been? I've been looking for you."
Just kind of bites her bottom lip and is like, in the other space?
And how did you get there? Are the others back too?
Just Tilly. Before I went to the other space, I was stuck in mine and Cat's room for hours trying to figure out the right questions to ask. Stretch, and I think I have figured it out. And because I figured it out, I essentially was able to get Tilly back.
What questions?
Particularly how to help save the Ark. I asked specifically what was the cost, what was required, things like that.
Oh no.
Oh my god, I was like, swear to God, the other space better not make it silly again.
So, Haley's gonna turn and look at Kat and be like, so I am not technically, just simply, I am one of the caretakers now.
She looks at you and she's like, and slaps you, and then hugs you, and then slaps you again.
I don't know how I'm gonna feel about this.
Haley, why would you do something like this?
Because just like over here, there's people, there's life. Sanctuary over there. The world over there is dying. And it's taking Sydney with it. She can't bear this burden by herself. So I'm going to help. Sydney wasn't trapped there. She chose to stay. She was a target to the Demon, and Stretch kept her safe.
Sorry, my husband's chattering away. Izzy kind of just crosses her arms and slumps back on the couch and looks upset.
I am pleased by one of the results, but I cannot lie to you and tell you that I'm not concerned by your method. I'm glad it worked out.
There is a price to be paid, but I am willing to pay it.
Please stop being cryptic and answer truthfully. What is the price?
The price is a small list. Well, not really small list. A small piece of my essence each day at sunrise. That is what he was referring to as life. He didn't mean physically murdering somebody for this arc.
I don't think we believe to go murdering, but I mean, what does that reduce your life expectancy to? 20, 30 years?
As long as I maintain being active and continuing on with my daily life. I do have a potential of making it through. However, it is a lot to bear by oneself. So, if I continue to take this burden on alone, and if I am not careful, I will eventually hold, please.
Yeah, I have a question for you that needs answered right now because I need to give them a bit of information.
Maxwell? Not a fan. Not
I
a fan
don't
of what he's hearing.
understand your question. Oh, you're still typing. Just kidding. Oh, hold, please. Stop laughing at me.
We're not laughing at you.
That time I was laughing at the GIF. This GIF, chat.
This one particularly.
While Haley is explaining stuff like this, I mean, Darren and Anthony can go look for Jeff because I assume he'll want to know that Tilly's back. Or just Anthony, since Max is here, and that doesn't exclude Sam from nonsense.
I kind of want to hear this.
So,
Sounds So
I would like notice rolls from everyone.
Yeah.
How? How?
You just got back. You're a little shook up.
Yeah, no, that's what I figured I was gonna say.
Hey, you get to level up this session.
I do, you're right. Thanks.
Did I miss a thing? Did everyone do their notices?
We have 2 matched successes, a
No.
regular success, and a miss.
Oh, yeah. Aye,
Aye, alright.
nice.
So, Tilly, you have noticed nothing wrong about Haley.
Oh, yeah.
You still, Haley's just fine, you know? She's there. You still haven't even made the connection between, Dagger Woman and her. Like, yeah, no. I was just really happy that when after I stepped out, Haley was right there to help me, you know?
Tilly's going through her head like, wha-sha-sha. Ray was
Yeah.
Haley was all like, wha-sha-sha-sha.
Yeah. Haley fought that bitch back, you know? Anyway,
Would be the first time we've gotten into a fight. It's fine. What do they notice, God?
well,
Oh, fuck.
So.
The anticipation is killing me.
The anticipation.
What is Haley currently wearing?
Just her usual jeans and like a black t-shirt.
A t-shirt.
Sneakers.
Okay. All right. So, everyone who passed the check notices that Tilly is a little less vital. Actually, everyone who passes the check notices that Tilly is sort of rubbing and cradling her left forearm and kind of holding it against herself. Not really, she's not really shown people that part of her.
We are talking about Tilly.
Oh, not Tilly, sorry. Haley, yes.
Oh, okay.
Sorry. My bad.
No worries. Do the crit successes notice anything further?
Yes. Haley seems less. 1 second. I was looking that up before I was like, oh wait, I need other information also. She seems less like there's a spark in her eyes that has kind of gone away. There's sort of a brightness. She was at one. You might think her as one of like the smartest people there, but doesn't seem like she's as smart anymore. Almost like there's a dullness to her eyes that is just gone.
Izzy's going to stand up off the couch and try to take Haley's hand and pull her arm towards her.
All right,
I'm
sure.
about to get slapped again by Cat. I know it.
My entire Discord just freaked out for a second. Did I miss anything in the last second?
No.
No.
What is the last thing that happened?
I think
Izzy
that's
wants to
Isobel.
take Haley's hand.
Yeah.
Alrighty then. I am so pissed at my computer right now.
It's okay, baby. You can do it. I built you well.
Does anyone hear the tiniest little static sound that sounds like a ticking clock at all? Or am I just going insane?
You're not messing with me, right?
I am
This
not
is
messing with
not,
you.
You're not, because Brandon does it a lot.
I'm not messing with you. I hear a little like tick 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 in my headset, and I cannot figure out where it's coming from.
I don't.
Don't worry. It happens, guys. It's fine.
Life imitates art.
I swear you're messing with me.
Javi, on my love for Astarion, I am not.
Oh my god, that's big. Oh my god.
That
Not
as
bad.
you pry her arm, that is written on her arm, where Anthony recalls dumb bitch having been at one point for him. In the dumb bitch spot is that word.
In the dumb bitch zone.
Savior?
Did you decode it already? It's been like
I just
She's
read it.
basically fluent.
I have to look at the key.
Yeah, it is
for
in
a little
fact
while.
Savior.
Yeah.
To be
I don't
fair,
see response because I can't see shit apparently.
To be fair, you have to be very intelligent to enjoy Rick and Morty, all right?
to be fair, I couldn't get all the letters, but I got enough to make an informed guess.
Yes, that is correct. I'm really afraid to know Cat's response to this.
Cat looks at you and starts. She's like, "That bitch did this to you. That fucking. So I'm gonna fucking murder Serona."
No! No, that's not Serona!
He storms off in a rage.
Please, God, don't let her get the alcohol.
You picked Serona's spot for
I
words carved
didn't.
into yourself.
Good God.
It's fine, I'll fix it later.
No, you won't. That needs to stay on you.
Izzy takes like a grip of your wrist, like not hurting or anything, but very not letting you go, and says, "You understand what you've done, right?"
I fully am aware of what I've done, and I regret nothing.
Jake looks down. You couldn't even have done Sparrow? I mean, that would have been like...
If I want Sparrow, I'll just get it tattooed on my collarbone.
I mean, and this is Anthony speaking. She's pretty much always been this kind of reckless. I don't know what you guys were expecting.
Yeah,
Jake.
exactly.
Jake kind of comes over and puts his hand on Izzy's shoulder.
I can't believe you didn't talk to me again.
I can't just ignore a call for help.
What part of talking to me is doing that?
You get that he has also tried to talk to you, right? But you weren't willing to listen. Sometimes you're hard-headed just like I am.
I've been writing to him till my hand cramped, Haley.
Haley, you had
I didn't even know you were talking to him.
You had a breakthrough. That does not speak ill of anyone's ability to talk to Stretch. He has been cryptic, and you had a breakthrough. That doesn't mean it was a responsible choice. However, we're here now. You've accepted this burden. You seem to be willing to live with it, as someone is cackling in the background.
The other side.
I am fully willing to live with this, and eventually I hope to find people who will help me with this role.
Then when time permits, I ask you to make your case. But for right now, we need to deal with what's in front of us. This charge needs to be dealt with haste. And we need to see if we can get what are the chances of getting the others out?
I could only take Tilly. I think he plans to ask them for their help while they're over there. That's why he keeps taking people to the other space. So maybe if they help, or we get more people to help me, he will set them free.
I'm not a fan of dealing with a tyrant, but we'll do what we can for our friends. He has to earn the arc.
He's not a tyrant.
Haley?
you will not treat him as such.
Haley, shut up. Listen to me for a second, okay? When I was talking about what you've done, I wasn't talking about you taking on consequences for yourself. I mean, you have just signed all of us away. Because our choices now are watch you die slowly and painfully, or sign ourselves over to something that we don't understand and are afraid of. You just robbed agency from every single person in this room. Again.
That's not necessarily true. You have freedom of choice.
That's what
Yes.
you just said. Watch you die or condemn ourselves.
So my choice is not to love you anymore, which I don't think I can do, or to go along with the way that you've decided things are going to be without talking to me. Again,
Jake.
how many times do I have to beg you
Jake's-
not to take on consequences for other people?
Jake's
Because
hand
you think it's what's right.
tightens on your shoulder and goes, honey. You can love someone and watch them make bad choices.
This is a conversation best secured for privacy. For now. Haley. I want you to know we care about you.
Do you? Because I am hearing nothing but
We just told
negative
you we
comments.
Care. We just told you we were upset that you made a decision.
Silence! Skinner just sort of bellows. He's like, Haley, Sparrow, Survivor, whatever you are, come here.
Just head dip and slowly walking over.
He looks at you, looks at the arm.
I'll look him in the eyes.
Nasty bit of work. You did that yourself?
Each person has it. But was it Sydney who helped me with it, Brandon?
Sydney helps, but you do it yourself.
Gotcha. Okay. Yeah, I mostly did it myself.
Yeah, there's that person. I mean, okay, so Javi is turning. Javi, are you referencing a thing I did, or are you doing that yourself?
Oh no, I was trying to explain something and then was told to shut up.
No. Look, you have made a choice for yourself that is likely going to put pressure on people you care about, people I care about, maybe even me, because you are part of my kingdom. It is foolish of you to make these decisions, but then again, they are your decisions. But we are on the list. We're not in the field, so they are free to argue with you as much as they want, and I am free to bellow and tell everyone to shut the fuck up as the moderator. Izzy's right. Jake's right. And you're right. You're all right. You all have your own point of view, and you all see things the way that you see things. I highly doubt Jake wants to sign on to any of this. And I highly doubt he's willing to want to see Isobel throw herself at this also, but Isabel's your friend, and that might be the case. In which case I might be losing, well, 3 very important people to me. If that doesn't include the fact that Cat might jump in, or Potatoes, or everyone else.
Shit, man, I'll do it. If it means getting Ray back, why the hell wouldn't I? Anthony steps forward. I'll
I'm
get
not
in
the
contact
one.
with this stretch dude.
I'm not the one that you have to talk to.
I'm talking. I mean, he's referencing to Haley as well, just kind of like outbursting. I ain't a part of Skinner's list.
Neither am I.
So if it means getting Ray back, sign me up.
If it means sharing the burden, you can sign me up too.
It was like a fist bump between Darren and Anthony.
And there is something you should know. Yes, a piece will be taken each day the morning sunrise comes.
Look,
But
man,
we get to choose who it comes from. So the more people we have, the more time the others have to heal.
just tell me when it's not my turn. As far as I'm aware, I already died once.
Are you sure you're up for this?
Hell
I
yeah.
don't ask this lightly.
Bitch, none of this shit's light. We're getting this done.
Just gonna turn to Darren.
I should have been killed a few times already. I'm pretty sure it's impossible. So
This motherfucker lit the entire building on fire. If we ain't dead from that, this ain't gonna kill us.
She's gonna turn and look at Skinner and be like, I'm sorry, it was killing Sydney, and I also wanted to help her.
No, he nods. He's like, no, I get it. I understand.
Max visibly calms a little bit, knowing that it was to save someone else, because he might have done the same thing. The help Stretch part was the part that was making him go, I don't give a shit about Stretch, he's a cryptic bitch. The help someone else thing, oh yeah, I like people.
I'm a people person.
Look, I am people.
I'm sorry I didn't talk to you.
Are you?
Yeah, I am. I don't like seeing you upset. It actually causes me great pain.
Then why do you keep doing it over and over?
I mean, she's impulsive. That's why. First thought that comes to her head. That's the thing she's gonna do. I mean, she got kidnapped trying to save Mercedes and Darren on a whim. Planned it out, went and did it. Didn't tell us a thing. Wasn't because she didn't want to. Maybe it wasn't. She didn't want to hurt us. But like, she did it, right? Gonna be the hero. And this time, she was the hero again. I find it hard to believe that any of us wouldn't have done the same thing if we had the choice to save someone right now or walk away and potentially not be able to save them later.
we should try to learn from our mistakes, though.
Hindsight's 2020. Of course, learn, but come on, man.
Come on, man.
Makes it easy for our enemy to exploit us.
We keep saying it over and over. We're all supposed to be in this together. When one of us goes off and does something crazy without consulting anyone else or Even giving them a heads up, it doesn't stop the consequences of any of our actions falling on everyone else. And we don't know what this is. Haley, you're a sweet, wonderful person. You are a hero. But that doesn't mean that you can't be lied to. How do you know that this is going to save Haley? How do you know that it's going to save Sydney? How do you know it's not going to just put you through exactly the same thing and destroy you the same way with us having no ability to save you? You're talking about giving life to fuel a universe. You're not the size of a universe. You're one person. And even if everyone in this room, everyone in this building agrees to share this burden, how do we know that it's enough? And that it's not just going to bleed all of us dry for some extra time for this guy to figure out something else? We don't. You took a leap of faith for all of us because we're in this together. And I'm never not going to try to come and help you. But apparently the last time I did, I died. Did you even stop to think about that? And she's crying at this point.
And your boyfriend's kind of just like, it's okay. It's okay. You're here. You're not dead. You're not dead.
That still affects me to this day. But
Then
we
talk
can't
to me.
we can't just think about ourselves anymore. There are other people besides just us.
And how do
Haley?
you know that I wouldn't have said yes if you had asked me?
Haley.
Because yes,
Can you make a strong effort from this point forward to do your absolute best to talk to at least Izzy when big decisions like this come up? Because the past is in the past. We need a commitment to the future.
yes.
Izzy's not going to be okay for a little bit, but that does not mean she doesn't love you. This is a terrifying new thing. One she's going to have to live with, one you're going to have to live with. Now it's time to do better for both of you. That's it.
I'm not saying we have to do this right now. But when the ritual is performed, make sure to follow every single instruction. Just a warning.
You gotta say, that was like the it's like we aren't concerned here about this thing. You must follow the ritual perfectly. I'm like, oh man, that
Well,
kind
that's
of
with every ritual. That's
really
literally
creepy. Yes. But like the non sequitur follow of that was like, man, that is the
You
creepiest
also
thing.
gotta realize she's fucking drained a little bit. So
Yeah.
anything that she says is gonna be complete brutal honesty right now.
Anyway, what are you all doing?
Well, Max is gonna go. Well, I mean, I kind of fulfilled one of my obligations to Jeff, so I'm gonna take Tilly to Jeff real quick, because that was like the big. There were two things. I'll help you with clipping, no issues, if you bring Tilly back with me.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna.
You're
go do that.
welcome.
He has the tiny key.
You're welcome. I give you back a Tilly.
Mm-hmm. And then Jeff executed Clippy, and everything was happy. Anyway.
Everything was perfect.
Mm-hmm. No. Tilly, what have you been doing and thinking while this all has been going on? Or have you been thinking about cats? Like, cats.
Or are you thinking about Big Thorn Lady?
No, she is definitely like got a scrambled egg brain trying to piece together all the things that have happened, trying to pay attention to the conversation going on, trying to
Tilly, put it in
piece together
perspective.
things.
In your head, in your mind, Haley just sacrificed her life energy for you and for Sydney. It's the only reason that Stretch was letting you come back, is effectively that Haley went, yeah, I'll be your pawn.
In a sign-on bonus, I'll let you take one.
Sign-on bonus.
Don't ask for a raise next year. Company doesn't have that kind of money.
Company doesn't have enough people to go around. This is a little secret. Yeah, no, since she just knows that there was a big lady with a bunch of stuff in her head, and then the next minute she was thrown into a door, and she came back, and there was Haley. And she's got the half of the conversation, she's like, life essence. Oh my god, is she sacrificing herself every single day for me? For us? Like, she ain't good.
Thank you for the insightful. All this mental trauma, all this crazy stuff happening, and the response is, yeah, she ain't good.
She's not. There is constantly tears. She's silent crying at this point. She's just not good. Like, she's just been through, like you said, a highly traumatic experience.
Are the others alive?
They are alive. They were actually with Tilly.
They better be, because like if I'm signing on to work with Stretch and I ain't getting Ray back, I'm gonna fight Stretch.
So there's Ray, Aoife, Elliot,
Serona,
Eli,
and Lena.
I think if you called him Elliot to his face, he'd just punch you.
Yeah,
I dare you.
You get punched.
He's the antlers guy, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, the biker.
The biker named Buck.
Yeah, okay.
Who likes to have long romantic walks on the beach with Aoife.
Okay.
But
Which is
really,
ironic
it's
because Aoife doesn't like to be outside.
Brandon, I'm incredibly impressed and maybe minorly upset that the entire traumatic experience that we just went through with Haley and Izzy, and you've just been sorting your Baldur's Gate 3 inventory.
Wait, is that what? God damn it, Brandon. God damn it.
Oh, it was a magical time.
How do you have so many books?
You, Sam. Right, cigarette, you punk bitch.
Why do I have so many books? Because
What?
I've taken
What's-
all the books.
What's wrong
You've
with me
stolen
lighting-
all the books.
What's wrong with me?
Sarah
lighting a
steals all the
cigarette?
silverware. You steal all the books.
I stole the silverware also. The silverware is just in the tray below the books.
Haley's gonna walk over to Tilly and be like, "You're okay. It's fine. I'm sorry I scared you."
What's up? It's gonna hurt every day.
You're fine. Just plants a quick kiss on the temple. Oh my god. Would that be a stress check for Joanne and me?
Oh
Why?
no.
Why?
See, not for me, but oh no.
Oh no.
She just had a lady with knives in her fucking head really close to her. And then she just popped out of nowhere and Haley was just standing beside her.
It's fine. You're fine.
That doesn't sound fine, but okay.
Okay, fine. Do you really want to check?
No,
I'll give you a check.
No.
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 God.
Let me put it nicely. No, thank you.
Oh, that was the best. That was so funny.
So, what's the next steps for the charge?
Get our people back. So we're at 3. We need one more, right?
Hold please. I need to do math. As Haley
Your intelligence
legitimately
really has
closes
gone
her
down.
eyes.
She's got a bunch of knives in her head. Give her a second.
Caitlin's actually trying to make sure we only need one more left. So
Oh, her.
if Anthony was for Ray, if Darren was for Eli, if Izzy was for possibly Aoife, we need 2.
You're right.
Two people to join in the life-giving thing.
Cough,
Or-
cough, Tilly. Cough, cough, cough.
Ah.
Wait, who's all over there? It's Serona, Aoife, Eli, and
And it was Tilly.
Ray.
And Lena.
Oh, Lena's there too?
Yes.
Okay, I didn't
Yep.
realize that.
So we need 2. At least.
I just realized your other space savior form is a literal knife gremlin.
Yes.
Oh my
I
god.
literally chose a female version of Jesus with knives in her fucking forehead. She wants to be the hero. And if you're a biblical person, Jesus was technically a savior.
Join us. Join us.
Alright, so we have Anthony, we have Darren, Isobel reluctantly doing it because I'm doing it. Who else?
Jake stands up, walks next to Isabel, says, "You know I can't let you do this alone, right?"
She puts her hand on his arm and she says, "I think you have to." I think if this goes terribly wrong, I need you to save me. And you might not be able to do that from inside.
I mean, I'd like to point out that, it might be better if there were two of us on the outside, you know?
I know.
Cat looks over and goes, "What the? Oh, Cat's gone. Cat walked away. You're right. Never mind. Cat's not here to be offended that she's not being considered."
I don't know if Haley would want to ask Cat to do. I think she would also be.
I can see that face in my head right now.
She'll also be mad if I don't. She's mad anyways. I'm gonna shoot her a text that's gonna say, "Come back in here, please."
Isobel,
Hmm?
you and Jake have stuff to do and deal with out here, and you've got a lot of connections that we don't need losing. I'd rather take up the Savior and leave you with him.
You realize we're not gonna be trapped in there, right? We don't have to stay there.
It's still a drain. That's a lot. Izzy is our connection to a lot of the outside world. We do not need her hindered. We need her at full strength to pick us up when we're down.
That also makes her a bigger target.
It's Nightingale's choice what Nightingale wants to do. If she wants to go after the Savior, then she can go after Savior. As you start realizing your nickname is now kind of changed.
Oh my god! I done. I kind of like it. If Haley didn't get a response from Kat, she's gonna go find her, I guess.
All right. We're going to pause for the cat thing, and we're going to go on focus on the other people. So, what are you guys doing? You making a pitch to pitch? Stretch? Whatever his name is.
Who are you talking to?
The rest of you.
The joiners?
Yeah.
Yeah. Sure.
All right, then how are you doing it?
I'll go write something on a wall, I guess.
So don't have to face any more of my property. You said something on fire? Darren, what the fuck?
You know, you do. It's almost like you do know someone who might be able to make an easier, introduction, but they did just wander off.
I sure did.
All right, I'll go track down Haley.
So, Haley, as you are wandering away, Darren's grabbing you. He's like, "Hey, don't go anywhere."
What do you need? I said I would be right back.
Look, I just figure we'll save as much time as possible. We got other things to deal with. Might as well get this out of the way now. How do I sign up?
I'm gonna tell Stretch I have some takers. I'm wanting to be a caretaker of the Ark.
You know where a portal is.
Yep. I'm gonna go there.
Sure. So you're just gonna grab him and take him up?
I mean, I could be.
We should
we all
take
go?
everyone who wants to go. Everyone who wants to go should come. So she's gonna go with Darren back to the original place and is like, if you want to be a caretaker, please follow me.
Yeah. Okay.
Let's fucking do this shit. Come on.
All right. So you are. Who are you all leading in?
Whoever wants to be a caretaker.
So it's Izzy, Anthony, and Darren.
Yep.
And Tilly is nowhere in the room yet.
Correct.
Tilly got brought up to Jeff, her boyfriend. All right. So yeah.
So
Yeah.
Matt
You
would
walk.
be with Tilly up with Jeff, and then Anthony and Darren and
Yeah.
Izzy are with Haley to go do this right
So
now.
you walk open to the door, and you know what to do. You sort of draw the symbols that you need to, and then the door opens up to the other space. And you may help them walk in.
She's gonna turn around before she starts walking in and just kind of be like, just a reminder, it will look a little scary, but I promise we're not going to hurt you. And with that, she's gonna turn and walk to the other space.
All right, as she walks in, the blackness sort of seems to seep around her and then pop. Like almost like she's walked into sort of like a pool of jelly or jello or something like that. It sort of absorbed her.
Last chance to change your mind.
Never wanted to so much, Izzy says, and then she walks straight forward into it.
Yeah.
Seeing it through to the end.
So you all walk on in.
Yep.
As you do, you emerge on a very familiar island. To you, Darren. It's a place with all the heads. You don't remember all the doors being here, but they are now. And as you are around, you see the creature.
The one that chased me last time I was here, or
Yes.
I'll try not to run away screaming this time.
Mm-hmm. It kind of looks at you, cocks its head, and starts charging at you.
I'll stand my ground. Is there anybody else here, or is it just it's all of us, right? Is it just me?
Yeah. So you're gonna stand your ground. The thing balls into you and pushes you over. All right.
Yeah. Okay.
It then starts licking your face.
Big weird puppy.
I feel like pushing it off of me. Like, oh god.
Is that a dog?
Just a nod.
Yeah. As you look over and you see the weird creature that is her, sort of nodding.
I just get images of Chef, the freaking giant thing from TikTok.
Anthony, you are not feeling well here. In fact, you can hear the tick, 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 tick.
He's
tick,
like rolling
tick, tick,
his neck a bit,
tuck,
trying to adjust
tick.
his eardrums some way, somehow. Just uncomfortable shifting.
So,
All right, let's get this over with.
You see the creature you know to be Haley sort of raise its hands and sort of makes a noise, and then from the sort of tunnel out emerges Slenderman as he sort of walks into the center, and he sort of looks around and sits. Instead of writing back and forth, he sort of reaches out to he sort of beckons for Haley to come closer, and he sort of reaches out and you sort of see his hand kind of go into her, and she sort of convulses, and she's like, "Welcome to you all." I have heard you wish to join. The voice coming from Haley, not him. But his hand is sort of like in her back at this point.
Well, hello.
Hello. I am surprised to see you here. And you, turns to Anthony, goes, why have you come?
I want to save my friends and help keep the world in order. Should be enough, right?
It's sort of looking at you and down and goes, very well. You may work. And sort of like gestures off to the side, like, like, go fucking clean something.
The fuck does that mean? I'm here to be a savior.
You are no savior. This one, savior.
So you don't want us to do what Haley's done?
You two. Gestures to you and Darren. Darren still has like the dog kind of next to him, just sort of sitting there, like a human, cocking its head to the side, like it's a dog that thinks it's people. Which is why it looks like terrifying people. Like you two, yes. If this one wishes to serve, it may.
I don't understand. I'm not like some kind of servant.
Yes, you are.
Is it because they can wield magic and I can't?
Oh
No.
my god.
As you see, it's like, do you not know? Do you wish for me to show you? You are not protected as they are.
I have no idea what you mean. But sure.
Sure, he sort of grabs you as you see him sort of reach out his hand. He sort of grabs you as you sort of feel your body start coming apart, as like you are being disassembled. As everyone here just sort of sees his body being like pulled apart into various clockwork machinery. Unnatural checks, unnatural 10 checks from the two of you, please.
Fuck.
Oh, I don't make the check. Okay. I have no idea what's happening.
Oh yeah, no, your mind is being subsumed by him, and you're fine. They're seeing their friend being pulled apart into clockwork.
Defend with knowledge. I got resist shocks to unnatural.
You can use that also.
Oh, that's 65 out of 65.
That's good. You gain a hardened mark.
All right. Wait, no, that might actually be bad. I think I might be one away from burnout
Oh.
or something.
My god.
I have 4, 8 plus 10, 18 plus 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I've got 24 hardened marks already.
Oh
This is
my
your 25th
god.
25th hardened mark?
Yeah, this is
You
my
hit burnout.
This is my 25th one.
Yeah, as you do it, you just feel the world just comes crashing down around you. You already can't feel your connection to the stratosphere, and almost kind of your emotion just goes, my friend is a robot. This is a lie. It's all been a lie. You thought you'd brought him back. In fact, how did Darren believe that he brought him back?
I don't know that he did. Because I remember questioning it. Like, I don't have the power to do that.
Sure. Okay, that's fine. That's fair. That's
But
fair.
I remember
Still-
just hoping that I got lucky. Like, I thought it was him.
All right. So, what's your self at? Self hardened.
It's my highest one. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Yeah, you're good. This would have been a self check then, but you were hardened in that. There's only one check that turns you into a burnout. You can now no longer use your passions. Don't worry about it, guys. Everything's fine.
Can't use my passions? Like my identities?
Nope.
Or no, my passions.
Oh
my
no.
Rage,
Therapy.
noble, and fear, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I guess there's therapy. I just don't know if we have time or the therapy will fix it.
There's multiple mental healers in the group, including two of my personalities.
I think it makes
We're
sense.
trying to save one.
I think it makes sense that this is the thing that breaks me, though.
Yeah, your friend is a robot. Anthony, I also need you to make me a natural 10. You're a robot.
Oh my god. This is the most dickish way of someone to tell him this.
Did it to myself, knowing what was going to happen. Give me 1 second. I had what's it called? Max's sheet open, but I need to go get
Sarah, FYI, if it just says substitutes knowledge, you can't roll that. It would need to be resist unnatural. But the 28 still stands. What is your actual knowledge?
I was rolling against Oh wait, how do I do this? I forget. It's the gauges, right?
Yes, it's
I was
your,
rolling against 50, but I gave myself
you're-
a check already because I figured it was good enough.
It's good. You are good. It's good. So the other one would be an ability roll, which means that you click on your face and then you do ability roll, and then it'll roll that.
Gotcha.
So Anthony, my beautiful boy.
1 second, because it's not obviously up to date. 1 second. I was supposed to 55.
You did it right. You did it good. You're good. You gained a hardened and unnatural. As you're like,
just...
Well, actually, you gained. All right, so that was the unnatural. Now I need you to make me a self check. 10.
Okay. I'm gonna learn how to read these sheets again.
God, I love Uno. Fucked up shit, man. I love all of you.
Fail.
I'm sorry I'm a pain in the ass.
I don't have any passions, right? That I could use against this to flip it.
What passions would you?
I am angry that I'm being
What is your
disassembled
what?
and my
What is your
existence
rage
being
passion?
proven. Oh, that's true. I have being a failure / not mattering. That's my fear. My rage is being called out or disrespected. I am terrified of not mattering, and if I'm not Anthony, what am I?
Okay, all right. You could use that
So
to
I'm
flip it to
flipping
an. Flip with fear,
18.
which is success, which means it's a hardened mark in self.
Okay.
So you're just like, yeah, the ticking makes sense now.
In fact, you can finally see it as you see the clock, the watch inside of you. Tick. Tick, 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 tick. 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 tick, 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 tick. It's irregular in here, but you know.
Put me back together.
As you just sort of, you feel yourself right back to where you were. Not exactly good as new. Like, in fact, there's some pain in what happened to you.
Mm-hmm. Open the portal and let me go. I'll
That's
find
just
someone else to save Ray.
Brandon, we have no idea what you're saying.
Yeah, that was a robot
Good
mode.
robot.
Hello, hello, hello.
Yep.
Hello.
Who's the real?
He just gestures to the door behind you.
Anthony turns around silently and walks out.
He may be useful, but we cannot power this place with his essence. Very well. You wish to join?
I feel I have to.
Yeah, I do.
I'd like to point out that Darren and Sarah just posted their robot memes in Avernus.
Oh, whoops. I was looking at your inventory.
Yeah, I posted my.
I also posted a meme earlier, but I deleted it.
It's fair.
I mean, this place feels a little bit like Avernus, so.
I mean, a little. So yeah, he will guide you through a ritual where you swear an oath, which I don't have it right here. Darn it. I will get the oath to you. Basically, the general idea is that you are promising that you are going to serve the realm, that you are binding your bodies to the realm, and he says that you will have to pick a title for yourself, a descriptor of who you will be to this world, to bind yourself to it. Do you have any questions about this, or are you just guys gonna go ahead and do it without asking stuff?
I might have some questions if I didn't just become a sociopath 5 seconds ago. But I guess now
You can still have questions as a sociopath.
You just don't care about the answers.
Yeah,
I
you just
care.
don't give a fuck about the answers.
I guess Izzy will ask if this is meant to go on forever. And what happens if she decides she doesn't want to do it anymore?
If the binding is permanent, it will go on until the realm stabilizes and is healed. he will offer you to come forward and stretching out his hand so that he can commune with you directly instead of through her. Are both of you coming and taking his offer?
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Let's walk through. You touch his hand, and you see in your mind's eye now the Ark as it was. Where there are people there on it. People rushed in as a large sort of swirling chaos, a maelstrom outside was sort of devouring the world. People running into this area, the door closing, and them sort of breaking free from reality. As they broke free from reality, a huge tear is ripped sort of in the side of it, and some of the maelstrom and chaos manages to pour through, corrupting the area and the people inside. But inevitably, it lands. As it does, you see this figure emerge. You had seen Stretch before, and he had looked different, but not placeable. More human, though. In what you might call vestments, but now he is wearing a suit. His face is completely blank instead of the vague impressions that you got, almost like it had been eroded away in the chaos, which is kind of what you saw the Maelstrom doing. It was like water, but for reality. So yeah, reality is like stone, but as this sort of Maelstrom walks over, it starts to erode it and wash everything away. The place is cursed and haunted. Not cursed and haunted now. You can see several people throughout the years trying to submit to it and do things, and some of them are saved, and some of them die natural lives, and other things are done. But you get the impression that this place was not always like this, and that this is basically looking at a wounded animal on the side of the road and wondering why it doesn't look as majestic as a fully healthy version of that animal that has been rested and healed. If that makes sense, does that make sense as an analogy in your guys' minds?
Yeah.
Can you run it by me again? I'm a little confused, to be honest.
What in particular? Everything?
Well, no, I was understanding. Well, the thing about his face, like you said, it was completely smooth and has definition now, or it had more definition then, or
had more definition in the past.
Gotcha.
You couldn't make it out, but it looked like there was like a nose and eyes, but like it was sort of shadowed and shaded, like it was hidden and veiled. Now it looks like him and most of the other stuff here was eroded by whatever Maelstrom chaos that got into the arc when it ripped free of reality.
Gotcha.
And even now you can see that it's resting against this reality, and like it has little portals to it, but it is not connected to this reality. So when the next thing goes on, they hope that there will not be another ripping that will cause this much problems, because most other spaces are just like bubbles on the outside of reality. So if you imagine reality as like a sphere, other spaces are kind of like a bubble on top of that sphere. So when like the bubble bursts, the other things do tend to burst also, unless they're trying to build something that's going to survive the bubble bursting. You get
Gotcha.
the strong sense that intention here is very important. What you intend is key in this ritual, in being part of this place, of defining any other space. Knowing and keeping in your mind what you're doing is key.
Does Izzy have any fragments of recollection of her last time in a different other space?
Oh, I mean different other space.
The one that she and Jake went to?
Oh, your little temporary
The-
bubble world?
Yeah.
Yeah, no, you can remember that, and he will actually say, you guys actually created in your connection a very brief other space. Now, there are some that are just created, momentarily. You go into them, you share what it is there, you leave, and then they pop away from existence, and you just let it die. And it'll burst when no one feeds it anymore. But that's a normal other space. This one's a damaged other space, which means it needs more reality in order to keep it reality. But it doesn't need to be. But if it ties too much to reality and too much to the statosphere, well, then it's in the same problem where it was. That's just building, yourself onto the bubble again, making their wall part of your wall. And when their wall cracks and falls away, we still got the big, huge hole.
When this place was more whole, was there the ability to use magic here, or was everyone who lived here without it?
You get the sense that this was supposed to be a haven for people that were not necessarily supposed to use magic, but adeptcy powers would have worked here. It was not intended to be a place for magic, but there. And you also get the sense, though, that anything you bring in, you can add to the world. So if you want to start adding and defining places in this thing and make it more magical with the stuff you pour into it, you can do that. Kind of like if you're the one paying the tab, you get to kind of say where it goes and what happens with it,
Gotcha.
Oh. So we can build a better world? Huh?
Yeah. Oh, he'll admit this world is not what it's supposed to be. This world is the what's it called? Is the is the result of damage and strife. This is a world that is sick and needing of healing.
Well, I gotta admit, that makes me feel a lot better.
Now he also does show you people who are old, who are seemingly hollow and frail, and as the sun rises, you sort of see their eyes grow dark, and they kind of just sort of crumble away into a dusk. And you get the sense that these are people who were left without much to give. And when the sun rose, there was no one else to give in their place or no other rituals to perform. They were turned into husks.
Okay. So it's future us. Is that what you're saying?
Not necessarily. He sort of like shakes his head like it's not. You don't have to become that. You can become that, but you don't have to. This is more of a general warning of, hey, this could happen. You know, like
He's letting you know the dangers and risks before you do this. He's
Yeah.
being straight up brutally honest and forward about it.
All right.
you get the sense that this creature is not hasn't really been lying to you. He just has a vastly different understanding of things, and thus, that's why he's been cryptic and weird, because he's unable to understand you in some way.
Yeah, no, this is good. We were worried that he could be lying.
I mean, as you look here, it's like you get the sense of like and this treats you, he shows you, he sort of waves his hand, and you feel yourself sitting around and you see yourself sitting around with like several versions of yourself at a birthday party, before they all burst into candy, and then you find yourself sitting back here. And he just kind of looks at you, and you can sort of feel the kind of like, well, was that real?
Okay. I not sure how to react to that.
That would probably have been another self check, but you're good and hardened in that.
Well, let's build it then and find others.
All right. You get the sense that you are going to need to pick a name or a word to describe yourself.
Oh.
Mm-hmm.
How about...
So, is that to mean that you've already just picked up a knife and started carving that into somewhere?
Nope. That's what's in her head, because he's still in my head, right?
Sure, yes.
Here.
She's
God damn it.
imagining doing that. She's not actually doing it.
I'm gonna have to translate it.
Oh gosh.
Healer.
I gotta find it. I gotta write it.
Healer.
Healer. She's reclaiming, I think.
I gotta write it in stretch language. That's gonna take me a second.
I can do it. I've got a
What do you
font.
want me to
I'm
write for you?
not even joking.
Oh yeah, you
I
have
wrote-
Alright, you have it
need-
typed anyway. I'm gonna shut up.
here.
I need you guys to realize.
As you think that, you see someone else sort of like you feel a presence behind you.
It's Jake, isn't it?
No.
Oh, it's Sydney.
And as you sort of look at Sydney, you see that is the word that is carved on her. As she sort of, removes one of the bandages, and you see those words drawn onto her skin.
Does that mean that I can't have that?
Yeah.
Gotcha.
He's sort of like, it's like you can, but you're gonna just basically be another of her,
Right. I'll need a moment to think.
I mean, if you're going with magic stuff, you could do Fate Weaver.
Well, no, I mean, for a very long time, that was the most important part of her, and it was taken away. So that's what she wanted to be again.
All right, thank you.
As you think about that in your head, he reaches out a hand to you, as if asking you to touch his hand.
I suppose I will.
So as you sort of touch it, you sort of feels him sort of enter you, and you sort of hear a sense in your mind, you feel something deep inside of you, and it's like he's guiding you to something deep inside you. And as you do it, you can see it's your nature of all the good things that you've done, all the times that you've helped people and everything like that. And he's kind of, and you sort of see him sort of drawing you to that, and making you, letting you know that it's there, that this hasn't been taken from you. It may have been smothered by other things, but it's still there. And you don't need to name yourself after that to have it. What role do you wish to play here?
Okay, we have a new word.
All right.
I think I spelled it right. Let me double check.
Well, that's nice.
What is it?
That's guide.
Ah, okay.
It sort of nods and sort of guides you through the ritual.
Thank you for making that.
No problem.
All right.
What does it
What do
say?
you mean
What
by
does it
bearer?
say?
Burden bearer.
Burden bearer. All right.
Not the guy. That one was reserved for Javi, but unfortunately, he left.
Mhm.
Not.
So, question: did you tell Sarah about that, or did she make the same joke?
I didn't tell Sarah that you made the same joke. No. She
Okay,
She just
all right.
made the same joke that you did.
All right. All right.
I could, if you could think of a better word, because I was looking for words for like synonyms for somebody who carries a burden, and that was.
I mean, do you just want to be like the person who's holding the world up? Do you like what kind of burden do you want to bear? Like, are you a cupbearer? Are you gonna like sit there and like hold the chalice? You know. Guardian also works.
Hmm. How about warden?
As you think of that word, he turns to you.
Oh my god.
Said you're playing games.
And you see him draw the symbol in the air. And for an instant you see a flash of a face on his features. You get the sense that name and role is taken.
Oh, really?
You can roll me.
I called him
You
by
can
his
roll
name.
me. Yeah, you can roll me notice.
Okay. $53 out of 90.
Your face looks somewhat familiar, but you can't quite place it. Anyway.
Anyway.
How about Watchman?
Watcher
This could
works.
be
Watcher, yeah.
cheesy. Oh, what about Ranger?
Ranger also be fine.
You are the lone, like, you know.
Yeah,
Cowboy.
I like Ranger.
Yeah.
Do cowboy.
Star Cowboy,
Do
Ranger.
cowboy.
Not cowboy. Ranger's close
Cowboy.
enough.
Ranger.
Ranger's close enough to cowboy. We'll do Ranger.
Oh my god.
You let me down.
Stretch will light you a cigarette as he carves your flesh.
You're taking one for the team, homie.
Gosh dang it. Keep minimizing everything by accident, moving around all the windows. So do I need to carve it into my skin or something? Is that what?
Yes. The location
Yep.
does not need to be on the forearm. It can be wherever you would want, but you do need to take a knife, which he will give you several, and
All right. I guess I need to pick a spot. It's got to be a spot I can reach. I'll put it on, I guess, like below the collarbone, like upper left pectoral, right above the heart, like upper sternum
sure.
on one side.
Sure. Completely carve that in there, as I'm assuming Harper is carving in the other one.
Izzy.
Izzy. Sorry.
All right.
As you do, he leads you both away, sort of guides you through saying the things, brings you sort of into the pool of water kind of in the center of this area, and then sort of takes you and sort of submerges you and holds you under the water. It's at this point that you guys start realizing you don't need to breathe here, as you are starting to feel more connected to this land. And you are getting the sense that this is a land without death. Not only that, but you are touching something that is not meant to be in this world. That he breaks the world simply by being here, because he is a fundamental building block of the stratosphere. And yet he has decided to basically rebel against their rules and build something for the people that would otherwise just be washed away. As you get a sense, you can sort of touch the immense amount of time and scale that he has been in and he has seen. As you sort of see him sitting there for ages watching as the arc decays worse and worse and worse. Sometimes some people will come in, then they all leave. And there are more spirits in the arc. Worse and worse and worse and worse. You get the sense that everyone who has tied themselves to the ark and has perished because of it still lives somewhere here. Though they may just be fragments absorbed into it. You see people fighting, you see people arguing, and he is just impassive. Not to their plight, but just to the concerns that distract him from his duty to the Ark. You get the sense that in some way he is passing on a bit of his own, shall we say, essence into you as he holds you under here. And that is what is tying you to the Ark and tying you to him. And when he leaves, and after you come back to yourself, you realize he's no longer holding you under. You have just simply been submerged for you don't know how long. What are you doing?
I'll take before I pull myself out, I want to take a look around. Just like
I mean, define look around. Because you realize you can, at this point, as you're under here, you can sort of see and tap into all of the island.
So in the vision that we were shown, this chaos stuff like poured into the world and started damaging it. And the metaphor that most comes to mind for me and for Izzy is poison, and something that not only needs to be healed, but the possibility of something that needs to be removed as part of the treatment for the place. And she wants to see if that impression that she has is true, if she can sense that.
Oh yeah, no, there's definitely some taint to it. For the most part, he has been focused on life support and keeping this thing running. And it doesn't matter if it looks terrible. It matters that it exists. Because otherwise he has to start from square one, and all the work that has been done on this, all the sacrifices, all the people who have died, and all of their souls that still exist here will just be gone. He is far too committed to just let this thing die. He will do whatever it takes to see it's maintained.
Well, yeah, but that's why I wanted to ask this question about Izzy's sense of the place, because their priorities may be different, right? So if he's keeping the body alive and she wants to lance the wound, she wants to see if she feels like there is something that could leave this place and make it better.
Oh, and the answer is yes, it'll take effort from you and a place that you're going to put it in, because he will let you know dealing with the stuff that you're lancing out is dangerous. In fact, he would if you put it out into the world, it could cause destabilizing effects, and you can't really throw it out into the void without opening a thing into the void. And once you open things into the void, well, then the void tends to get into the places that you're in. If the void gets into the places that you're in, you're just pouring more poison in.
So we're thinking about this together right now?
Yes.
Okay.
As you lay under the water with only really Caitlin there to observe this, you remember this, Caitlin. You were put under here and you came up and you had the face, the crown, and the knives.
Mm-hmm.
He's holding you back, basically be like, we'll see what they are when they're ready.
She imagines the bubble again that she made, and basically forms a thought question like, if I make another space designed to collapse, is it attached here? Was the one that I made attached to the other place? Like,
no, you
make one to be disposed of.
So he will then express unto you how to carry the toxins through the world to the other space, because he can't link it to a different other space. He can only link it to the main world. And then that main world has other spaces on it. And your bubble grew on the main world. So in order for you to get there, you're going to have to make a detour into the main world, which means you have to bring basically antimatter, anti-thought energy into the world, which is a big no-no, very dangerous, and possible leading in other things. If you can get it all contained, it might be worth, if you can like make sure it's going to be there and then put it in a dream world and then pop it, but that could cause a whole bunch of things to go wrong. So it's a risky play. It might work. It's going to need a lot of time and consideration in order to get it done. It's not like a thing you do every so often, but you could start drawing the stuff out of the land and sort of congealing it into one location, like maybe a container or something that you guys could make.
Gotcha. All right. Well, with that, she'll get up.
All right. So, as you get up, That is what rises from the pool. Darren, what are you doing? Are you still chilling under the water, doing things?
I just want to know if I can see any further than the island.
Yeah, you can see the whole area.
All right.
Like other land masses?
Yeah. Oh, I mean, the island is really kind of in the middle of a huge lake. And then it's just surrounded by other land, This is kind of like the center of the other space, and it just kind of continues out until it just ends,
Is it like mostly quiet? Is there anything?
Oh yeah, no, definitely quiet. There's no animal life.
All right. I'll pull my face out.
All right. As you do.
Don't.
Did you get?
Oh.
Heck yeah. It's cool.
We have a female Jesus, we have an angel, we have a skeleton man. It's great.
Heck yeah.
He's like, and then you can hear him basically in your mind now. We hear because you've bound yourself. It's like, welcome. Welcome to the Ark. Welcome, Guardians. Welcome, Ranger. And welcome, Guide. 1 second, let's see if I can do anything. All right. Caitlin, what are you doing? You got 2 other people here.
Well, first she is going to show an appreciative thanks to both Isobel and Darren. And then she's gonna ask them, I guess, where Anthony went, because the last she knew, he was here and now he's not.
Oh, you saw Anthony leave.
Oh,
You didn't see Anthony leave. Actually, you get the impression of Anthony leaving as you think about it.
Okay, gotcha. That's unfortunate, but welcome to the Ark, guys. She's gonna turn and look to Stretch, the warden, and just simply ask, what exactly is it going to take for us to be able to send our friends home?
All right. Shall we cut to Javi to have him do stuff, or?
Did you hear what I said?
Sorry, no, I think it cut out.
So Haley's going to turn to Stretch and simply ask, what needs to be done in order for our friends to come home?
Sorry, did you cut out again?
No, she's
Oh my-
No, she's fine.
yeah, she sounds
I
fine.
think it's your sound.
Can you hear us, Brandon?
I can hear you.
She
Sorry.
asked,
She's
Caitlin,
asking. Go ahead.
she asked Stretch what needs to be done for her friends to come home.
This is a start. Two is good. More, and I will be satisfied. I no longer need them. I will be satisfied. I will not have to watch each and every one of you decay away before my very eyes. At least, not in the short term. As you get the feeling that they were there for him to slowly leech their energy away from them, in order for him not to have to drain other people.
That's what I kind of figured.
Yeah.
But I wanted to make sure my thought process was actually correct and I wasn't just being an idiot.
Yeah, no. Stretch is not malevolent. Doesn't mean that he's strictly beneficial. Or strictly benevolent. But no, it's just find more people, get more things. You guys are doing your job. He'll give you a list of things that you can do here, like, I mean, that statue could use some polishing, and I mean, we could rake the leaves, Oh, also, probably I need to get rid of the gore bags. That's just kind of unsightly.
What caused those to be?
Oh, the sacrifices. In order to, and you get a sense that in order to not lose of yourself, you can do a ritual sacrifice at dawn, and then you do not have to give up anything of yourself. You've sacrificed a person, and what would happen then is he dealt with body cleanup.
Oh. I guess I was slightly wrong in that department, but it's fine.
So we have a place to throw the people we want to kill, where their bodies will never be found. That's what you're telling me right now.
Yeah, no, you do.
Oh my god! We could sacrifice Erica!
Yeah, we could.
Darren can sacrifice Erica! I'll be more specific.
Just gotta get her here. That's the thing.
You understand, it doesn't have to be here. You can sacrifice someone in the real world, and then he'll come around and just like, okay, I'll take the body and just go.
Even better.
Yeah.
My god.
You also get the fact that some of these bodies here were, of course, put here by a somewhat tenuous partnership with the Ur-Demon. He knows the Ur-Demon. He doesn't like the Ur-Demon, but he's not picky. If the Ur-Demon gets to murder people, and those murdered people can be for a good cause, totally down for teaming up with things.
Oh.
What happened to the Ur-Demon? What
He and
happened?
I has him.
What happened to him?
He's like, I don't know.
Well,
He's out there somewhere.
So he's still alive.
Don't fuck with him. You just sort of like, as you're like, oh, so he's still alive, and you just see him just sort of like just teleport in front of you. He's like, don't. I've told you, don't fuck with him. You guys got into serious fucking trouble trying to do that. Do you know what will happen if you get rid of him?
What?
They'll get bored.
Who's they?
As he sort of walks, you sort of like, you see him like look up at the sky, which is like darkened with clouds, and he sort of opens up a thing, and you see into the stratosphere. And you see the gods, the various archetypes there, as they're watching humanity.
Oh, gross! I can see the person who watches me.
Oh, they aren't watching you here. You guys are like on a different like spot, like floating, in a different area. But he's like, look, it's
Are you saying that if they don't have the demon to contend with, they come for us?
Not contend with.
To entertain them.
So he works for them.
He works for himself.
Have you ever heard of the terminology that gods are fickle?
Why not them too, then?
What do you mean?
They're technically considered gods, Darren.
Just mean if they allow evil to roam around freely.
I mean,
yes.
They pretty much suck.
Yes, they allow you to roam around freely.
Why do you think he created this space?
I don't want the demon to be a part of the world we build here.
The demon can't get in here.
He's sort of like, no, go on, you're right, go on. You just seem just sort of like, I'll take a step back. You talk. I'm yeah.
Izzy points up at the sky and she says, if we succeed, if we heal this place, are we going to be that here, or are we just going to be like everyone else?
So he sort of, you sort of get a sense that it's like, yes, in a real way, we are becoming, and those who join are the clergy of this place. They are to the world what we will be to here.
She turns to Stretch and she says, while we're here and working for you, even if it's so important to save this place, and even if the sacrifice is hard for us to bear, can you promise not to bring other people here who will be harmful? Can we decide together? Is that allowed?
So he sort of, again, extends his hand to you. For you to like sort of, come in and sort of feel more of his visions.
Yep.
And you don't need to even reach out and taste at this point. You just need to sort of acknowledge that you want to see this. And you see a man as he was in the formation of the universe, and you see a person of dark character, a murderer, kills many different people to make this place, infecting it with like a lot of taint and darkness, but keeping it alive. And then as they stand there as the world, they're sort of sailing away from the maelstrom, and they're free, and they're sort of dealing with some things, just sort of looking out at the crack with this gentleman, and then you see Stretch kind of look over at him, and he just pushes him out into the void.
Izzy nods and she says, there was no place for him.
Yeah, no. It's like you get the senses. This creature is ruthless in the things. He will use you, but if you do not fit, he will get rid of you. Admittedly, you can see like he didn't like doing it. In fact, you saw him kind of like you sort of can see that there were many ways where he was trying to get people to pull back and stuff like that on that. But it's like, nah, not gonna have you here.
You have to do something exceedingly stupid or awful, though, I feel like, in order to get him to that point.
Yeah.
He doesn't just be like, oh, I don't fucking need you anymore, shove, get out of here.
Mm-hmm.
He'll at least find something for you to do.
Good.
But he didn't want a monster to be part of the foundation of the place.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, I was specifically brought here, well, one, to be technically asked to help for the Ark itself, but also as a sanctuary for when the demon could enter my mind whenever he damn well chose to. And here I felt nothing. It's also part of the reason why Sydney stayed here, is because he cannot reach this area. Makes sense? Kind of looks at Darren.
Yeah, I guess I just don't want him to be able to terrorize anyone anymore, but I guess everything outside of here won't be around much longer. Anyway.
What could be better to stop him from terrorizing people than to take everyone away from him that he could terrorize and put them somewhere safe?
Exactly.
He can just be alone with his horrible self.
Yeah. Good.
Hey, Darren?
Yes?
You are aware of all the doors in and around this place
Okay.
that are surrounding you. Admittedly, you see one that looks like the door on the ship. You see another one that looks like other doors in and around the place. And of course, you see the tunnel that you exited out of. That the pupper chased you down, and
Okay.
you ran through.
Where do all of these go? All over the world?
He nods that they go, to various places all over the world. You get the sense that that he has the power to make them. Normally he needs to be summoned to an area either by, an ally or or someone who doesn't know what's going on, or the spreading of his name, or his his presence. When people talk about him, he can hear it. What?
Just Haley having a flashback to when she was talking to Micah.
Mm-hmm.
And she's like, oh God, what
He's like,
did I do?
You summoned me, and that's why I grabbed everyone. It's your fault.
I'm not sorry.
If we find ourselves in a bind, can you just make one of these wherever we are?
There's an iffy thing, like maybe not. There's some, rules and limitations. Certain doors, qualify. Not just every door will do, and he lists to you a list of qualifications that are 1,000 long, and it just instantly goes into your head, and you go white for a second, and he's like, you understand now.
What?
I try to parse through the information and sort of query my own new knowledge and ask
whiteness.
if it's abandoned places. There's no touching it. There's just too much.
Every time you guys are questioning it, he's going through the entire list again, expecting you to understand. You're wasting time.
It's like you feel abandoned. Like you sort of get a sense that abandoned places are a little better than non-abandoned places. Functioning door is also an important feature. If the door is, broken or things like that, it's not a door. I can't use it. It also needs a ritual on both sides. The door needs to be put out there, and then I need to go and find it and bring it, or leave it wherever it is. But in a real sense, this place is almost exactly what you guys were asking about. It's a hub.
We can use this place to get the charge. To travel instantly.
No, you can't. You cannot bring the charge in here. You cannot. No one who is holding the charge is allowed in here.
Izzy raises a finger basically and says, but we could get to it here and then return elsewhere,
sure,
by my regular means.
Sure, but now none of you are allowed to hold the charge. If you get it, you must reject it, and you must pass it on before sunrise. Otherwise, you will feed the charge into this place.
He mentioned that before.
Is that true of all of our adept charges, or just this one?
No, just this one. It is not an adept charge. It is a charge of the universe. It will not be used for magic spells. It cannot be used for magic spells. It is not an adeptcy charge.
What can it be used for?
Changing the world.
We need to get it into Skinner's hands.
Why? What will your Skinner do?
Whatever it takes to harm the fewest innocents possible.
So nothing.
I imagine if he can find a way to get rid of it, he would. It's a question of making sure that nobody else has it. At worst, I think he would use it to try to make people more safe.
It's like you can't see he's just like, okay, it's like he's not like actually more concerned. He was just like a passing curiosity, like, what are we gonna do if we do it? Oh well, he's gonna do good things. Oh, you don't have a plan. Got it. Okay, I don't care. He's like, if you have a plan, I'd like to know, because plans like that can screw me over. But if you don't have a plan, I really don't care, because I want nothing to do with this thing.
No, our plan is to not let a worse person have it and then figure it out later.
He is going to warn you that that figuring it out later could cause a problem. Because And he'll sort of show you a list of various people who've been killed over what you are essentially able to reveal are major charges. Like, you know, someone gets a major charge and then someone steals the major charge and then people die, and, you know, all those other things like that. It's like, yeah, no, it's going to be that, but worse. Like, this is the once in a lifetime charge.
I mean, we kind of have an idea. Changing the miracle worker.
And who will do this?
Someone will have to take the place.
And right now it can't be Izzy. Izzy cannot hold this thing long enough to.
Izzy
to do
doesn't
that,
want to
really.
ascend.
Yeah.
Yes, but we
There's
also
someone-
know other miracle workers.
There's someone who wants to become the physician and make repairing the body about caring about the person and a bond of trust and mutual respect first, and fixing the physical form after. And I think that would be better for the world than the miracle worker. Nay.
Good night, Kate.
Yeah. Yeah. Anyway, so, Tilly, Javi, you guys still around?
Mm-hmm.
Enjoying things?
Joanna,
I'll kill you.
Oh my god.
So aggressive.
For real.
So what is Anthony doing while all of this is happening?
Bedroom. Grabbing some
You go
stuff, packing it,
All right.
packing up,
No, in fact it is not.
looking, grabbing the guitar.
Everybody, this is the barkeep of the Oil Fish. His name is Swan.
Was he ever shown a marker or anything for a grave, or was nothing ever created for Anthony when he passed?
I don't think that you guys have
specified
had time to. Yeah, had
There
time
hasn't
to make a
been.
grave.
Yeah, there hasn't been time for that, and you had come back before then. So
Hey, he's alive! He's not really. Oh my god.
It's kind of pacing back and forth, like, what is Anthony? Who is Anthony? I have his memories, but I am not him.
Why is
Just
Anthony?
kind of freaking out, digging in, and getting angrier and angrier and angrier. Because the entire group lied to him. Who knew he was Anthony? Who knew he wasn't? All of them just smiled this morning. Now, who are they to him? He just agreed to save Reylen, and Reylen selfishly brought him back as an android. And he smashes the guitar.
All right. Tilly, are you around? Do you want to hear the smashing of guitar after, you've introduced yourself to your husband and he's been like, where the fuck are you? And you're like, there was a weird lady with daggers.
Yeah, I would say she would jump and get little bit frightened of it, but go anyway, because this is her life now. She gets scared and she keeps going. Is the door shut, I'm assuming?
Nope.
Alright.
There was no regard for anything around him.
There was just big Angie smash. Got it. She's gonna stand in the doorway and, like, knock on the door frame, like, hi.
Turn around and walk away.
No. No. You just
Then
smashed
stand
your
there.
most precious thing. I'm not leaving you.
My precious thing? Mine? It's not mine. None of this is mine.
It is and it isn't. But that isn't does not stop your is.
So you did know. All of you knew and just pretended. Like that was gonna make it any better when I fucking found out.
Would you have rather us told you
Yes!
when you so you can have this whole fucking breakdown like earlier? What?
Yes!
Motion for order? How does Tilly know?
True. Retcon.
Didn't Tilly find?
He just
didn't
knows
Tilly
that he
find it out?
exploded and he came back.
Tilly didn't
I
go
thought
through the door.
Tilly only exploded.
Okay, fine. Reset it.
Sorry.
Let me go through the
Sorry.
emotions again,
That was me.
Joanne.
That was me. I'm sorry. From the top.
I'm not going from the top. You walked in. I told you to get out of the way. Or go away. You just said I smashed thing. I said it's not mine. None of it's mine.
Of course it's yours. You're Anthony, and these are your things.
Don't tell me that name.
What's wrong
Don't
with
even.
your name?
It's not mine.
It is. Hold on, wait a second. Hold on. You are Anthony Chambers. You always have been.
I was built to replace him.
I mean, I suppose that's one way to put it, but that doesn't stop you from being him. What do you mean, built?
Are you fucking stupid? I'm a robot. An android.
No, you're not.
This
You're...
fucking ticking I've been hearing is from some time travel bullshit. This is my insides. Stretch pulled me apart piece by fucking piece. And you fuckers shouldn't just let Anthony be dead. So step aside and let me go.
No. Regardless of what you are who you are. You are Anthony Chambers here and now. Is Pigeon any less of a dog because he's actually a robot? No. He's the goodest boy.
Pigeon
That
was
doesn't
built to
make
be
you any
Pigeon.
less of Anthony.
Pigeon was meant to be its own thing. I'm a copy. With memories that aren't mine. With a life that isn't mine.
But it's a life that was given to you to live.
To pretend to be someone else so you all couldn't forget?
To make a new life for yourself.
Then why wasn't I given my own name?
Change it.
I'm going to. After you step aside.
That doesn't change your ability to change your name right now, and in fact, I could probably help you by letting everybody know you prefer to be somebody else.
You know, he thought you were prissy. Stuck up.
Okay? What do you think of me?
I just have his memories. And the fact that you disappeared.
Okay. Make your own opinion. If you are not going to be Anthony, don't take his opinions.
I'm asking you to let me go.
Oh, hold on. Sorry, I'm having a brain fart. She is. She's just gonna stand in the doorway. She's gonna block the way.
Why are you so intent on keeping me here?
Because regardless of what happened, we are all in this together. Regardless of what you are, regardless of who you are, we are here together, and I want you to stay. Whoever you are. Because I know you are good, and I know you have a life full of purpose that you can create on your own.
Then let me go find it. Let me see the world with my own eyes. And then I'll figure out if I can come back. As far as I'm aware, people who thought Anthony mattered think he's dead. Then there's you guys. So, I should be safe out there. I wasn't important enough to be on any hit lists.
That doesn't mean you're not important.
That's for me to decide. I just committed to saving Reylen and was told to fuck off.
Have you considered that you were told no on one side of the coin when there is a yes on the other?
No.
Maybe you can't do anything wherever you went, but I'm sure you can do something here.
I know.
And
I'm
that
trying
does
to
not
leave.
mean going outside. It does not mean putting
Is this
yourself
the
at risk.
official? Is this the official order from the Queen? You gonna keep me under arrest?
I want you
Play
to,
dictator?
I want you to be calm before you make this kind of choice. You're angry.
I'll stay till the morning.
I think that might be the place to end it for this session.
Yep.
Hope everyone enjoyed this session, and hopefully we will be back in 2 weeks for more.
Help.
My chest hurts now.
This is a good session for sure. Phew.
Everyone like the creepy monster people?
Yeah. The monster people are dope. Matter of
I
fact,
want to
can
pet them all.
you send me those PNGs? Because I'm probably gonna want to use them for the thumbnail. That'd be cool. Guys, everybody, may I have your attention, please? Do I have your attention? Go to twitch.tv/AWiseManOnce. And there's a little purple button there. It says follow. Hit that button.
Mm-hmm.
Hit it. It's free. Do it. And then you can head over to youtube.com/@AWizardOnce. There's a free button there. It's red. It says subscribe. Hit it. Do it. 1 follow and subscribe equals 1 gear in Anthony's chest cavity.
Oh my god.
While you're at it, here, let me link it for you in the Twitch chat. If you're watching on YouTube, it's in the description down below. Here. And while you're at it, head over to Instagram, TikTok, and Coffee and check out AceofWandsDesigns for awesome art stuffs. You can also go over to youtube.com/ChaoticReunion. A new video just went up.
Yeah, I actually finished 4K processing in the last hour. It took 4 hours for it to process.
I know that feeling. Go check it out. It's a Baldur's Gate 3 video. Check it out. It's got bears.
Thanks.
And you can also check out Lucky Cat Dice Designs. Here's the links to all the places. Here's the link tree for all the locations. They got dice. Some of them got pills in them and stuff. They're awesome dice. Go check them out. Not real pills.
Indeed, they are.
Not real pills.
I don't know.
Right?
You know.
Right, Ram?
Look. If you want to crack them open, eat them. Just don't write us about it. All right.
Brandon, you can't tell people to eat the dice with the pills.
Oh,
For
the
legal reasons, this is a joke. These are all jokes.
For legal reasons, allow me to say Joanne 100% endorsed this.
No, don't eat the math rocks or its contents.
Everything is satire. Right.
Except for Megawatts Hornets. Good man.
You can find me around the internet. It's RamblinManTV everywhere. I think did I miss anybody? Let me check. Let me actually look at the list. No. I hit all the things. You guys got anything you want to shout out? I just want to thank you guys for an awesome session today. It was really fun. A lot of cool stuff happening. And I look forward to next game.
Yeah, just gotta focus on what we want to do and hit it off. It's really good.
Yeah. Well, love you guys. Thanks for watching. Everybody have a great night and a great rest of your weekend. And we'll see you next time. Next show's coming up on the channel is Forced Flesh Monday. And we get Broken Wednesday, and that's it for next week. But we'll see you 2 weeks from now for more of this. 2 episodes left? Is that what you said, Brandon?
Episode 55.
Oh, yeah. Okay. Yeah, I got you. So everything's going to go crazy for 55 because matched number. Gotcha.
One would assume that's when the charge awakens.
Yeah. Now we have a few less people that can carry it. We'll see what happens. Well, take care, folks. Thanks for watching. Bye.
Right.
Bye, everybody. Bye.
Bye, everybody.
Bye.
Love you, night.